This is cause number 323548. Case is style of State of Texas versus Sherman Lynn Barnes. We have Mr. Sherman Lynn Barnes, who's present in court. Mr. Barnes, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, Mr. Barnes, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Charles Rojas, is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Rojas, Mr. Barnes' case is on the court's announcement docket. And what is your announcement?
Judge, we actually have a motion to withdraw pending. I spoke with Mr. Barnes this morning. I think he's in agreement with the motion to withdraw.
Okay, hold on a minute. Mr. Barnes, I have before me a motion to withdraw as counsel that was filed by your attorney Charles Rojas. Mr. Barnes, did you get a copy of this motion?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you read the motion?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir, I did.
Is everything true and correct in this motion?
Yes, sir.
And you are not opposed to Mr. Rojas withdrawing as attorney in your case, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, December 17th. Okay, Mr. Rojas, the court will be granting your motion to withdraw your release from representing Mr. Barnes. You're free to go. Is this your only case?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go. Have a blessed day, and if we don't see each other before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Judge. Same to you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. Barnes, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has been released to represent you. And now, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number three, you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and you have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and request counsel from the court. You'll be given a form that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. And that form has everything that I've just explained. Now, at the bottom of that form, it states defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is I want to reset this case or hire my own attorney, you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. And if you've already hired an attorney, you'll put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already been appointed a court-appointed counsel, you put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself, Then you'll put your initials on the 5th line to the left. Once you have finished initialing one of the 5 lines, you will sign at the bottom of that document that states defendant, and you'll place today's date, December 17th of 2021. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Could you provide him with a copy of the judge's explanation? Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Barnes, your case is going to be reset, give you an opportunity to hire another attorney. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Barnes, just have a seat out in the gallery in one of the chairs that have the black and yellow tape. And then once the court reporter comes back in, you're gonna come up to the window, she's gonna reset your case. There you go. Yeah, just sit, that chair you sitting there has black and yellow tape on it. Sit right there. Mr. Barnes' case is going to be reset. Give him a reset date to hire. Mr. Bailiff, would you please get Kathleen Mobley, Derek Thomas, and Lashida Marshall, all on the announcement docket, they're pro se.
One second, I don't know, you should have signed what you said.
Kathleen Mobley, would you please come forward? You can put your purse on the on that table.
Yes, I'm turning my phone.
Sir, you can have a,
You're about to leave. Oh, February 11th. Reset your case to February the 11th.
okay.
Go ahead and sign for me.
This is cause number 327156. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Kathleen Elizabeth Mobley. Ms. Mobley, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Mobley?
I'm doing good. I have a problem with, last time I was here, I said I had a lawyer and then he changed the price. So I can't afford him at all. He was actually supposed to do it free, but he couldn't.
Okay, so do you think you still can hire an attorney or do you want?
No, I can't.
Okay,
I
let's see.
don't
if-
have the funds.
Okay, she's
need
gonna
to
have to,
ask her.
okay, she's gonna have to fill out the judge's explanation and the financial affidavit. He's gonna give you some forms that you need to fill out. Once he give you, you're gonna have a seat in the gallery in one of the chairs that have the black and yellow tape on the back.
Yes, sir.
And once you finish those, fill out those forms, we'll call you back up.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
just go have a seat in one of those chairs. This is cause number 327904. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Derek D. Thomas or Derek Demond Thomas. Okay, this is cause number 327-904. Is your name Derek D. Thomas or Derek Demond Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, sir.
You doing okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Thomas, you, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. I'm looking at a note here on the file, on the docket sheet, says that your case, you previously reset in, well, June 29th of 2021. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So about 5 months ago?
If we're gonna reset.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you started, when you came in, said you wanted to hire an attorney. Could
Yes,
you-
sir.
Could you
Yes,
pull up
sir.
his judge's explanation of rights to defense without attorney?
I still need a little time, sir.
Printing now.
Okay.
He's reading your sensitive, Joe. It just-
No, I'm talking about the first time that he signed the form. That's why she's printing it. It says June 29th. I know he's come in here since then saying that he needed more time. Yeah, this was June 29th. Could you, could you hand this to him? Thank you. That's the initial form that you filled out stating that you wanted to hire an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Dated June 29th
Yes, sir.
of 2021, and today's date is December 17th of 2021. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So it's been almost 6 months. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you haven't hired an attorney.
That's it, sir. I just started back working with my uncle and everybody,
You just started back working with your what?
with my uncle.
With your uncle.
Yes, sir. He be doing pipe and stuff up under the house. Like bus pipes and everything, plumbing work.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. And I started stacking my little money and stuff with young.
Have you talked to any attorneys?
Attorneys that I did talk to, they was pretty steep, but I had talked to one, he told me to come up with like $300, you know what I'm saying, he'll take my case. I can't remember his name, but I know I had talked to him.
Well, how are you gonna contact him? You know how to contact him?
Yes, I know where his office is.
Okay. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you a last reset. Give you time to hire the attorney, okay? Okay, your case can't go on, you can't come in here and it's not gonna go on in perpetuity forever,
I know that.
okay?
Yes, sir.
So the court has been being patient with you. We understand that we have, we're in the COVID pandemic, COVID-19, and some people are out of work. But as the court previously said, that you have 3 options. You can either hire an attorney, if you desire, if you have the money to hire one, or if you cannot afford to hire one, you can see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, or you can represent yourself. Those are the 3 options. Okay. So you still want to see if you.
I still want to see if I can hire, see if I can get him, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna give you this last reset, okay? Give him a reset and know that that's gonna be his final reset,
February 11th.
February 11th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can take that with you. Go stand over here on the X in front of our court coordinator. She's gonna give you a reset.
Yes, sir.
Once you give you a reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hold on a minute. Okay, this is cause number 330628, case of style of state of Texas versus Lucille Marshall. Ms. Marshall, would you come forward? Your name is Lucille Marshall?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Marshall?
All right.
You doing all right? Now, Ms. Marshall, last time you were here, you stated that you'd like to hire an attorney, is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
I hadn't been able to find one around my price range for a down payment. They're asking for more than what I can afford. So I was going to know, I know last time they said something about a court appointed lawyer.
But you want to see if you
and I
qualify.
couldn't really understand because my hearing. was-
Okay, but you want to see if you qualify for a court
Yeah.
appointed attorney? Okay, our bailiff is going to give you a form to fill out.
Okay.
So just go back, have a seat where you're sitting, and he's going to give you that form.
Okay.
And if you need some assistance at filling the form, we have some, our court personnel could assist you. Just let us know, okay? Okay. We're in session in cause number 327156, case of style of state of Texas versus Kathleen Elizabeth Mobley. Okay, Ms. Mobley,
Yes, sir.
I have a copy. Well, Ms. Mobley, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Mobley, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Mobley, you may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Mobley, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Now, Ms. Mobley, I have a copy of Judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes, sir.
And oh, she didn't put her initials. She just has a check mark right there. Okay, now Ms. Mobley. Are these your initials on the line that says I want to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Mobley, you recognize this document?
Yes,
Affidavit of indigence? And, oh, she didn't sign this one either. She didn't sign it. Up there at the top when it says.
This is John Washington, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Washington, please put your mic on mute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Ms. Mobley, on this document that's titled Affidavit of Indigence, is this your signature on the line that's titled Defender Signature?
it is.
Now, Ms. Mobley, prior to signing and initialing these two documents that I've just mentioned, did you read the documents?
I did.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
it is.
Okay, Ms. Mobley, I've read these documents. I've also read your affidavit of indigence. And based on your answers, you qualify for court-appointed attorney. And your attorney that is going to be appointed to you is Attorney Ron Matuska. Ms. Mobley, you can stand on the X or the 4X in front of our court coordinator. She'll reset your case. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And point it to her. The cop. Yes, hold on a minute. That's on the announcement.
I'm sorry. What did I put? 494.
This is cause number 329-546, case of style of state of Texas versus Gregory Carrington of Gregory L. Carrington Jr. Mr. Carrington, is that your full name?
Junior is my son.
Junior? Okay, they got a junior on here and they got a Gregory L. Carrington.
That's me.
You Gregory L. Carrington? Okay. Mr. Carrington, how are you doing?
I'm okay, sir.
That's good. Mr. Carrington, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. Attorney Reynolds, you have an announcement you'd like to make to Mr.
Judge,
Carrington?
we have a plea arrangement that we've worked out with the district attorney. He's
Okay.
willing to accept it.
Okay,
The plea arrangement is for him to serve some time in jail.
okay,
And right now, he's working for Federal Express, and he's working 7 days a week. He would ask the court to put it off, like reset it until after the holidays, and he'd be able to come in.
and so you just need a standard reset?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna give us a reset date. And you resetting it for a plea?
Yes, sir, Judge.
About 24 hours later. Because I have to contact them first. All right, that's it. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Redmond,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give Gregory Carrington a standard reset for a plea.
Okay.
What's that date?
You want it in January or February? February is gonna be February the 11th.
Okay, okay, this case is gonna be reset to February 11th. Mr. Carrington, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you.
You too. Thank you.
You are, and Mr. Reynolds, is this your only case?
It is, Judge.
Okay, if we don't see each other again, you have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Judge. Thank you so
Okay.
much. This one right here.
Okay, you can stand over. He's ready.
Because you gotta resolve the case. What you plan on doing. In the office, it takes me a sugar.
Lashida Marshall. Back in session and cause number 330628. Case is style of state of Texas versus Lashida Marshall. Ms. Marshall, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Marshall, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Again, Ms. Marshall, how you doing?
All right.
That's good. Now, Ms. Marshall, I have before me two documents. The first document that I have is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line stating that I want to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Marshall, I also have a document here that's titled Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that says defendant signature?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Marshall, prior to signing and initialing these two documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Marshall, I've read your answers in the affidavit of indigence, and based on those answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney, and your attorney that is going to represent you is named Charles McIntosh. Okay, stand in front of the right here in front of the clerk. She's going to swear you in.
Hello. Do you swear, raise your right hand for me? Do you swear that everything provided on this document is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Step over here to the coordinator.
Court is in session and cause number 330120. Case is style the state of Texas versus Jeffrey Caleb Davis. We have Mr. Jeffrey Caleb Davis who is appearing in person. Mr. Davis, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Galmore?
I'm here, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, Mr. Davis case is on the court's announcement docket. Do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Davis's case?
Yes, Your Honor. We have applied for the pretrial diversion program. And so we would ask for one more announcement so we can get an answer back on that. And we may be ready to dispose of the case if that does or does not work.
Okay. We're gonna reset a second week in February. Okay, Mr. Galmore, this case is gonna be reset February 14th of 2022. Your client will be given his reset here in court, and your reset will be sent to you. If this is your only case, you're free to go. You have a blessed day, and if we don't see each other before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Judge, and you too. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you. Now, Mr. Davis. Just go have a seat in that chair with that black and yellow tape, and when she finished with her, you'll go up to the window, she'll reset your case. And once your case is reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas, so you can go there now. She need to leave. She didn't know which way to go out. Yes. Hold on a minute. Okay, the person that's on Zoom that just has iPhone, take your mic off of mute and please state your name or identify yourself.
Mr. John Washington, Judge.
Oh, you're watching it? Okay, you can put your mic back on mute. And the young lady that's on Galaxy Tab A7 Live, would you please identify yourself?
Shamika Parker.
Okay, Ms. Parker, you can put your mic back on mute. Thank you. Morning. Okay, let's see. Okay. This is cause number 321766, case of Salas, State of Texas versus Cassandra Rockamore. Ms. Rockamore, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Rockamore, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rockamore, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Rockamore?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Rockamore, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Christopher Bynum. Mr. Bynum, how are you doing?
I'm well, and yourself, too?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Bynum, do you waive a record in Ms. Rockamore's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rockamore, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about October 6th of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Ms. Rockamore, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Ms. Rockamore, how do you plead?
We had.
Oh.
yes, yes, I'm sorry.
Give me a- I just noticed
Yeah.
that. Okay, now, Ms. Rockamore, I have before me a first amended motion to revoke your probation. And in this motion, it alleges that on February 14th of 2020, that you were found guilty for the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. And your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail, a fine of $400. And the confinement portion of your punishment was assessed, was probated for a period of 1 year. On December 8th of 2021, the state filed the first amended motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, there are 6 allegations. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you abandoning allegation 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Rockamore, the state is abandoning allegations 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And what that means is that they will only be proceeding on allegation number 4. And allegation number 4 alleges that you, Cassandra Rockamore, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court on October 21st of 2021, November 4th of November 4th of, let me do this here. Now, this amended motion was filed on December 8th of 2021. Okay, which was about 9 days ago. Now, Mr. Bynum, did you receive notice of the first amended motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do you waive any time in law to proceed on this case?
Yes, we waive it.
Okay. Now, Ms. Rockamore, this first amended motion, allegation number 4 alleged that you, Cassandra Rockamore, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court on October 21st of 2021, November 4th of 2021, and November 30th of 2021 as directed in violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
It's true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bynum, are you waiving the record in this case as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Rockamore, are you pleading true to allegation 4 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Ms. Rockamore, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 1 of this document, there's one box that says check, and it's MTRP. MTRP stands for Motion to Revoke Probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials KR on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, true to allegation 4. Did you place your signatures on, did you place your initials on this document?
Mhm.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
The next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Ms. Rockamore, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Bynum, you've advised and counseled Ms. Rockamore. Is there any evidence that she's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rockamore, your attorney, Mr. Bynum, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
yes, sir.
Ms. Rockamore, I will accept your plea of true to allegation number 4. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you, there's sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 21 days, time served with court costs, tax retired.
Ms. Rockamore, the state is offering to let you serve 21 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you do not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 21 days. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $67, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Rockamore, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes,
Ms. Rockamore, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Rockmore, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. Follow the directions of our court clerk. Once you finish following the clerk directions, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you. And Mr. Bynum, I think this is your only case?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas.
All right, and here's a copy of the commitment for your record. You're good to go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Considered discovery certification.
Oh, we don't need one on the MTRP.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, not on the MTRP.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, we. This is cause numbers 323-254, cause number 323-734. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Denicia Deshawn Zitar. Would you come forward? Okay, your full name is Denicia Deshawn Zitar?
Yes,
How you doing, Ms. Zitar?
I'm doing fine.
That's good, Ms. Zitar. I see here, your case has been reset 3 times for you to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
See, the first time was back in July 30th of 2021. Have you hired your attorney?
I just started working like a month ago and I had to pay off my bail bundle and I just paid him off like 2 weeks ago. So I spoke with Mr. Bruce and I would like to hire him as my attorney.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
I can pay him next week. He told me to put in a down payment. And I can pay him
Okay,
next week.
how much time do you need to, because,
I just started working. I get paid every week, so
okay, we're gonna give her a reset.
Okay.
This is Ms. Zitar. This is gonna be your, yeah, we're gonna give you a reset so you can hire your attorney. February 4th or February 25th.
okay, listen.
Which one? Okay, your case is gonna be reset to February 25th. We'll give you time to hire an attorney. You can stand on the 4X, get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day and a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Does she have a, let's see. She must have got arrested then. That one time she had a warrant out. Oh, you had a bond forfeiture.
Does have some time served on it.
Yeah, she doesn't have no bond forfeiture, does she? She had one at one time, looked like. Could you see if she has a bond forfeiture? Well, like it was in clause number 323734. Okay, I had a note on my file. Okay. Must have put it on the wrong file.
She had one at 323254.
Okay,
That was back in 2019.
no, that's not it. Okay. Melody Lachey Dennis. My first time. This is cause number 323657. Case to style the state of Texas versus Melanie Lachey Dennis. Ms. Dennis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Dennis, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Dennis, I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. This motion was filed on September 28th of 2021 by the District Attorney's Office. In this motion, it alleges that on October 7th, on December 7th of 2020, in this court, County Court, Law No. 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, that the court found that the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt for the offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. The court deferred adjudicating your guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 1 year. Now, in this motion, there are 5 allegations. Now, if your probation, if your unadjudicated probation is revoked, you could be given up to 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Now, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have a right to have an attorney. In regards to your right to have an attorney, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option? Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option? Number 3, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option? If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Do you understand? You'll be handed a document that's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. The information that I just stated is on that document. At the bottom of that document, it states, defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney to represent you, then you'll put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If you have already hired an attorney, if you've already been appointed an attorney, then you'll put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney in the line to the right. However, if your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. And then once you finish initialing one of the 5 lines, you will sign at the bottom of the document on the line that's titled defendant, and you will place today's date on the line that's titled the date. And today's date is December 17, 2021. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Bailiff, would you please hand her judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney, and so that she can make her choice? Okay, she needs to have a seat and just, she got to sign that waiver. Okay, just have a seat in one of the chairs with the black and yellow tape.
That's an add-on.
This here?
Yes, he has that. But, Mr. Wilkerson is here.
Okay. alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more. And it states that your punishment was assessed at 180 days in Jefferson County Jail, a fine of $1,500. And the confinement portion was probated for a period of 18 months. On June 24th of 2021, the state filed this motion alleging that there are 3 allegations in this motion. Now, Mr. Riley, if your probation is revoked, you could be sentenced up to 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Riley, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have a right to have an attorney. You have 3 options in regards to you having an attorney. You may hire an attorney. That's number 1. Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. And number 3, you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. If you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there's the self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including a loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom now you'll be handed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. That document has the information that I've just stated. At the bottom of that document, it has defendant's choice, marking issues next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. If you have already hired an attorney, then you'll put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for a court-appointed attorney, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If your choice is, if you've already if you've already been appointed a court-appointed attorney, you put your initials on the fourth line to the left, name of the attorney on the line to the right. Now, if your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney, represent myself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Once you have finished initialing one of those 5 lines, then you will sign your signature on the line that's titled defendant, and you'll put today's date on the line that's titled date. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're just gonna have a seat back in the gallery, and our bailiff will hand to you the waiver. Well, we give them a waiver, judge's explanation first, and let's see what he chooses. Yeah, just have a seat back there where you're sitting. Hold on a minute. Mr. Bailey, the lady had her hand up. Okay, this is cause number 329-350. Case is filed with State of Texas versus Avion Ken K. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Johnson? That's good, Mr. Johnson. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Cobb. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing? Okay, Mr. Cobb, what is your announcement in Mr. Johnson's case?
Right now, I would like one more reset to firm up discovery, and I'll meet with the DA about getting that. There may be something that I needed that came out of Walmart. This case revolves around some kind of theft.
Okay,
or
now,
dispute with Walmart.
okay, now he has a, actually, he has 2 felony cases that's set on January the 6th. You want these cases set on that date, or do you want a different date?
We could set it on the same day. Is that okay to you?
January 6th.
Right. And I think I'll have my discovery then. I
Okay.
can announce.
Give us a, okay, your case is gonna be reset to January 6th, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once he signed the pad and get the reset in. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you. All right, and Mr. Cobb, I think this is your only case, is that correct?
I'll be it.
Okay, you're excused and you have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas.
I will. Thank you.
Mr. Carl, you can sign right here. Please.
We're in session in cause number 329096, case style of State of Texas versus Danny Chavez Areola. Mr. Areola, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Areola, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Areola, you may put your hand out. How you doing, Mr. Areola?
Yeah,
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Areola, you're represented here in your case by Attorney Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Judge, how you doing?
All right, now, Attorney LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Mr. Areola's case?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Areola, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit. It's motion to forfeit the weapon. Mr. Areola, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Areola, is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Areola, prior to signing any initial in this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Areola, I will grant the motion to forfeit this weapon to the Groves Police Department. State, do you have another motion?
Yes, Your Honor. We've submitted a motion to dismiss this case in exchange for forfeiture of the weapon.
Okay, now, Mr. Areola, your case is going to be dismissed for forfeiture of this weapon. And I'm signing the dismissal right now. You can stand over there on the X with your attorney so you can get a copy of this dismissal. Once you get a copy of this dismissal, Mr. Ariola, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
And same to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Is this your last case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Just have to wait for it to, for him. I was just waiting for the. Oh, yeah. Judge's signing it.
We're in session in cause number 320-816, case of style of state of Texas versus Shamika Shanette Porter. We have Ms. Porter appearing via Zoom. Ms. Porter, attorney, Mr. Tom Burbank is appearing in court. Ms. Porter, is your full name Shamika Shanette Porter?
Parker.
Excuse me, Parker, excuse me. How are you doing, Ms. Parker?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Ms. Parker, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Tom Burbank. Mr. Burbank, how are you doing? Okay. Now, Mr. Burbank, Ms. Parker's case is on the court's announcement docket. What is your announcement in this case?
Last time over here, Judge.
Your Honor, forgive me, if we could have.
You want me to hold on
If
it?
they could have about a few minutes.
Okay, I'll
maybe
hold
we
on.
can resolve this matter.
Okay, I'll hold on it.
I
Okay,
will, Judge.
all right, Ms. Parker, just put your mic back on mute. We're gonna call your case back up in a little bit.
We're gonna try to call it.
Okay, the court will be in recess.
Thank you, Judge.